warmest welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be discussing about a chronic disease, a dreadful disease, a disease that is spreading throughout the world today, especially the United States, our country, India. And this disease is a very fatal disease, and the doctors are finding it very hard to make both ends meet, and they are finding very hard to suggest any remedies. And yeah, I'm talking about cancer. Now this disease is, whenever you hear of this kind of disease like cancer, your bones get shiver, you get goosebumps. We know it, how dreadful this disease is. Now today I am going to discuss about the different combinations that form in your horoscopes. Now how this disease come, that is the first thing. Now we need to understand that nothing happens by chance. We know that there are people having this kind of disease, there are people not having this kind of disease. The fact is that is again our karmic records. Okay, now I have already discussed in few of my videos karma theory, that there are different lifetimes where we perform different type of karmas. Okay, and there are certain negative karmas that we perform, maybe knowingly or unknowingly, and those karmas are so harsh. Sometimes in one of our births it hits like dreadful diseases like cancer. It hits in such a way. So any disease that comes to you, you must know that it is your karma. Okay, it is your prarabdha karma, and because you have done such a negative karma, you have created such a negative kriyamana karma in your previous lifetime, you have developed these disease in this birth. Remember that. So when we look in horoscopes and we see that there are chances of having this kind of diseases, so when people come to us, we guide them in such a way that this kind of diseases, so that we can get rid of this kind of diseases, we have to create such kind of atmosphere around us, and we have to take such remedies, we have to abide by certain rules in our life that can help us to avoid this kind of diseases, and it is possible. Now talking about this disease, cancer are of three types. The most common is carcinoma. Okay, the first one is carcinoma. Now what is carcinoma? Carcinoma is such a cancer that happens in skin. It starts in the skin or the tissues that line other organs. So this is carcinoma, and this one is the most common type of cancer, especially found in the United States. Second one is sarcoma. What is sarcoma? Sarcoma, this type of cancer occurs in bones, muscles, cartilage and blood vessels. Third one is leukemia. The leukemia happens in blood. Now we know that the bone marrow that creates blood, this kind of cancer occurs or starts from that bone marrow and spreads to the blood. So this is the blood cancer or leukemia. So these are the three types of cancer that we normally see. Okay, now let us get back to our astrological point of view. There are certain planets that are responsible for causing Cancer. Now, coming to the final part. First one is Rahu. We people are scared of Rahu. Yeah, everybody are scared of Rahu. Now what Rahu does? Rahu creates germs. There are two types of cancer. One is the normal type, that is non-malignant, and the second one is malignant. Now the one that is malignant, this type of cancer can spread from one part of the body to the other, and the non-malignant will stick to the same point and will not spread to other parts of the body. So these are the main difference in cancer. Now Rahu creates the germ cells that causes cancer. So cancer is germ, nothing more than that, and this germ is very, 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 very harmful. The Rahu creates poisons. We know that Rahu is poisonous. Rahu is garbage. Rahu is dirty, filthy. So Rahu creates that germs and that germ cells in our body that spreads from one part of the body to the other. Now, the spreading, which planet spreads the germs from one part of the body to the other? That is Mercury. If Mercury is connected in this combination with Rahu and other planets that are causing cancer, then the cancer cells are gonna spread, the germ are gonna spread from one part of the body to the other. So this is the function of Mercury. Next one is Jupiter. Jupiter causes enlargement, any sort of enlargement. Now we know that cancer starts from tumor. Now tumor is the enlargement of a tissue, and how it forms? It can form through Jupiter, it can form through Mars. Mars causes tumor and Jupiter causes enlargement. So Mars and Jupiter is also responsible in causing cancer, or is responsible, or it aids to the forming of the disease. Next one is Saturn. Saturn is such a planet that causes chronic diseases. So Saturn causes long-term diseases, number one. Second is chronic diseases. We know all these things. So next is Ketu. Ketu is a planet that causes certain diseases that are very difficult to find out. Unidentified diseases caused by Ketu. So this one is also unidentified. So cancer is an unidentified disease. It is very, very difficult to detect. So Ketu is also aiding to cancer. Now, how we are going to find out? There are certain combinations forming in different houses, different rashis, through which we will be able to understand that this guy is going to have cancer. There are possible chances of having cancer. Now, there are combinations given by many astrologers. Now I'm going to mention few of the combinations, like say 6th Lord and 8th Lord combination, as well as Mars and Saturn are in opposition. So 6th house or 6th Lord means disease. 8th house or 8th Lord means operation, long-term disease and chronic diseases. So 6th and 8th combination. Second one, Mars and Saturn. Maybe they are gonna have opposition. They are gonna sit or opposite to one another. Saturn maybe in the 6th house, Mars maybe in the 12th house or something like that. So they are in opposition to one another, or they are aspecting each other, mutual aspect. Like Saturn is giving 10th house aspect to Mars, and Mars is also giving 4th house aspect to Saturn. So this kind of combination is going to form in order to have probable chances of Cancer. There are other combinations like 12th house is also going to play a very handsome part. Like 12th house is for hospitalization. You're going to go to a hospital where you are going to get treated properly. So 12th house causes you to move to hospital. 12th house is a house where you may die. So 12th house is death, 12th house is hospitalization. So 12th house is also playing an important part. Now there are combinations like Venus and Ketu, or Moon or Ketu. So there are combinations, but you have to look to 3 of the houses in particular, like 6th house, 8th house and 12th house. So Dusthana houses, the Dusthana houses of the horoscope are very, very vital in causing this dreadful disease like Cancer. Now let us go back and see one horoscope. So the first horoscope of the day. Now this horoscope belongs to Mr. X. I don't want to mention the name of the person. So Mr. X. So this guy is having Pisces ascendant. Rahu is posited in the 3rd house. Mars in the 4th house, 5th house, Saturn is posited. In the 7th house we see Sun, Venus and Mercury. In the 8th house we see Moon, and in the 9th house we see Ketu and Jupiter are posited. Now we have to see the 7th house. So this guy, this person is having prostate cancer right now, and he is in hospital right now, and he is not in a very good shape. He is in first stage of the cancer, and he's slowly moving to the second stage as said by the doctors very recently. Now let us see the 7th house. Now what we see, Sun, Venus and Mercury. Sun is the 6th lord, disease, is in combination with Venus. Venus is the 8th lord, combining with the 6th lord in the 7th house. And Venus is combusted. So Venus is getting combusted in 7th house, and Saturn, Mars and Rahu are aspecting the 7th house. So there are very bad aspects of these planets, Rahu, Mars and Saturn, in the 7th house. And 7th house and Venus both are getting too much afflicted, and 7th house relates to prostrate. Venus is also indicating prostrate. So this is a very easy horoscope where you can easily find out that there are chances that this person is going to have prostate cancer. Now let us see. Rahu is giving aspect. Rahu causing the germs of the cancer to enter into the prostate areas. Mars is aiding to these germs. The Mars is causing inflammation. Saturn is the planet that causes long-term and chronic diseases, and it is also combining with the 8th lord Venus. It's aspecting Venus, the 8th lord. And Sun So there are combinations like this. And Saturn is also the 12th lord. Saturn, the 12th lord, is aspecting the 7th house. Now let us see the ascendant lord. Ascendant lord is Jupiter, and it's posited in the 9th house, and along with Ketu. Now Ketu is a planet that causes blockages. Now it causes unidentified diseases like cancer. So here we see that it is a very dreadful condition of this person. Now the dasha is of Venus, the 8th house lord, and the time the cancer was detected was in the antardasha of Jupiter, the ascendant lord. Now let us see another horoscope. This is the horoscope of Mr. Y. We see the ascendant Virgo, moon is posited in the 3rd house in Scorpio. In Sagittarius we see Jupiter, Saturn and Sun. Mercury, the ascendant lord, is placed in the 5th house. In 6th house we see Venus and Ketu, and in the 10th house we see Mars, and in 12th house we see Rahu. Now let us quickly analyze the 4th house. Now this guy is having colon cancer. He had colon cancer few months back, and he got treated in a very spiritualistic manner. I mean, it was very tough for him. It was like a miracle. He got fit in only 5 to 6 days. He got back to his home in only 2 weeks. I mean, it was a miracle, nothing more than a miracle. Now let us see the 4th house. Now colon is connecting the 4th house as well as the 5th house. It is placed in such a part of the body where it is just in the middle part of the body, like in the 4th and 5th. 4th house indicates our chest, okay, and 5th house indicates our stomach. Now this intestine is placed in such a manner that it connects the 4th house as well as the 5th house, and the portion that is hepatic flexure is at the top of the intestine, and on that particular part the cancer cell spread. It was there. Now the cancer cell was there in the hepatic flexure. The hepatic flexure is in the, we can say it's in the 4th house, more or less. And now let's see the 4th house. 4th house, we see the 4th lord Jupiter is placed, Saturn and Sun. Now Saturn is the 6th lord, okay. Sun is the 12th lord, hospitalization. So 6th and 12th are connecting. Now see, Mars in Gemini is directly in opposition to Saturn. So Mars is the 8th lord in Virgo ascendant. Remember, Mars is the 8th lord causing operation in Virgo ascendant. It's in opposition to Saturn, and it's aspecting the Sun. So there is a combination of 6th, 8th and 12th. 6th house lord Saturn, 8th house lord Mars, and 12th house lord is Sun. Now Rahu is placed in the 12th house, and is giving 9th house aspect to 4th house. So Rahu is also connecting this 4th house, causing the germs of the cancer to create in the intestine. Now when did this cancer got detected? This got detected in the dasha of Venus, again Venus. So he had the dasha of Venus. Venus is the 9th lord now, and the antardasha of Saturn the 6th lord. So 6th lord disease, and because he got the dasha of the ninth lord, that is Venus. We know that whenever you have the dasha of the ninth lord, you get you recover very easily from any kind of diseases, and it is a very good dasha when you get the dasha of the ninth lord. Although Venus is placed with Ketu in the 6th house of diseases, but the 6th house is also getting aspected by the 6th lord Saturn. So Saturn is giving 3rd house aspect to the 6th house. So disease is getting treated properly. So this guy got treated very easily, and he is also a very spiritualistic person. And because of his guru, to mention, in a very miraculous manner, this guy got recovered few months back, and he's absolutely fine right now. So these are the two horoscopes that I discussed today regarding Cancer. So from my point of view, it's very, very important to get your horoscope studied by any astrologers, because you may not know what kind of things are there in the horoscopes, what kind of negative karmas, negative prarabdha karmas are there in your previous lifetimes, that you have taken the contract to come to this birth. There are huge lump sum amount of sanchita karmas, and from that you have taken a simple contract of a little bit of that sanchita karma in the form of prarabdha karma, and you have taken birth. Now you have to suffer that prarabdha karma. You can get rid of this, but how many lifetimes will you get rid of this? 100 lifetimes? 200 lifetimes? One day you have to suffer this prarabdha karma. You have to suffer. But when you are getting this life, when you are getting a gem like astrology, the subject of astrology, from where you can find out what kind of diseases you may have in this lifetime, and there are chances that you may get rid of those, you can avoid those. So why not you come to an astrologer and show your horoscopes? So that's all for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I want you to subscribe, and for further updates please press the bell icon, okay? And also for astrological consultations, check out my links below. Today, thank you very much everybody. Thanks a lot.